Hey guys, Tom here from Software Junkie, and in this video today, I'm just going to show you how I export videos using Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is my favorite editing software. I've used it ever since I learned video editing. I had a previous channel to this one, which was called Thomas in Action, and I used Final Cut Pro for all my editing on it. Okay, it's the most simple and awesome, straightforward way. And obviously, if you're watching this video, you're doing it too. Now, the video I'm going to be exporting today is how to compare two date ranges for Google Sheets. It's just a video that I've been working on, and I just wanted to show you how I export. Now, the way I do things is I've got two programs. I've got Final Cut Pro, and I've got a thing called Compressor. Compressor is like another app that Apple built to go with Final Cut Pro, and pretty much it helps you take all your video footage. So if you're working with really large files and compress it into one, so you still get a really nice end result, but the file isn't too big. So that's what Compressor's for. You don't just export it like you do in iMovie. You do have to use the compressor. So you've got to make sure you've bought Final Cut Pro and you've got a version of Compressor. Or if you're a pirate, which, I mean, shame on you if you are, but if you have a pirated version of Final Cut Pro, you're going to need a pirated version of Compressor too. For me, I bought both of mine, so I think that is the more ethical way to do it. Okay, so we're over here in Final Cut now, and we're going to select the project that we want to export. Then we're going to go send to Compressor, and we're going to go new batch. And what that's going to do is it's going to send it over to the Compressor app. It looks just like this. You've got three tabs up the top. You've got current. So this is currently what you're working on. You've got active. So after we submit this and say start batch, this project will go over into the active section. And then once it's done, all of your completed exports will turn up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go add. You've got all these options. You probably won't, if you're just making video content for social media, you'll want to stick to these video sharing services options. If you've been filming in 4K, obviously you'd pick 4K, but then you've also got your other HD settings, so small, 480p, 540p, 1080p, 720p. I always just go with 1080p because that's great for YouTube. If I was working in 4K, I would select the 4K thing. And then what you want to do is select your place of storage. So in my case, I always like to work on my hard drive. This whole project in Final Cut Pro is coming from my hard drive. I find the more stuff I work with on my hard drive, the easier everything is. We're just going to store it on here. We're going to go into Software Junkie. This one is a Google Sheets tutorial. So we're going to export it in here, and I'm going to go and choose that as the destination. Click OK. So as we can see here, we've got 1080p as our output. We've got the location as Google Sheets folder, and then we've got how to compare two dates as the name. Now, I always just get rid of the 1080p thing and just have it like that. It's going to do me a MOV file, and then I'll go start batch. And then automatically you'll see it'll come over to the active processor, and it's showing you what it's exporting right now. And then once this is done, again, it's going to show up in the completed section. Okay. And that's how I do my exports. And what's happening is if we actually go into my hard drive now, Mulholland Drive, we'll go into Google Sheets. You can see it's preparing it right now. When it's exporting, it'll create this little MOV thing here. And then you'll see these two weird ass files hanging out there. But when the actual render or export is done, these will disappear and the thumbnail of your video will show up. Okay, and that's how you do it. We're still inactive. Yep, you got a progress bar there. I kind of just want to hang around here and show you what it looks like. Nearly done, nearly done, nearly done. There you go. All right, so we're done now, and then we're going to go to the completed section. You'll see how to compare two dates in Google Sheets is now successful. And then if we go back to Mulholland Drive, which is my drive, there's the video. It's ready to go. You can open it up, and there's my little face. Cool. All right, if you found this video helpful, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you want more tutorials on Final Cut Pro, make sure you hit the subscribe button and post your requests in the comment section. Talk to you later.